Brandon, is it time?
Time for what?
Time to nerd out. This is ATNP Podcast, all things nerd. I'm your host, Will, and these are my co-hosts slash nerd friends slash amazing friends slash I don't know, etc. Zach, what's up, man?
How's it going, Will?
Good, dude. Are you excited?
Totally.
Yeah. How about you, Brandon?
I'm stoked, man. I've been waiting for this for a while.
I
I can't wait to get going.
And last but not least, the one and only Jeremy.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up,
dude? About time.
All right, guys. Welcome. Episode 0. Everybody.
Yeah, finally, about time.
I know, man. It's
Only
been
took-
such a long time.
Only took like what, 6 months?
Year and a half.
Yeah.
A little bit longer than that.
Yeah, probably a year and a half.
I was giving us
Some-
the benefit of the doubt here, guys.
Yeah, literally, like, ideas popping back and forth. I know Zach and I were going to try to start this out and some up and downs, and then we finally, added Brandon and Jeremy, and now here we are.
Finally. Thank God.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, this is us. This is all things nerd. Definitely want to bring out to you guys, all types of content. Quit laughing at me.
Oh, dude, we're going to laugh at you.
I know,
Constantly.
I know.
Constantly.
Till you get comfortable.
Right, yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to first go ahead. Let's go ahead and thank all of our Facebook group listeners or followers, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That's impressive that we already have 90 members and just now coming out with episode 0.
Mostly family, but,
Mostly friends.
it's a
Close
start.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
a start.
Whatever.
Gotta
It still
start
counts.
somewhere.
It still counts.
So, some of you, maybe all of you, maybe none of you, are asking, what is ATNP? What is All Things Nerd Podcast?
Yeah, Will, what is it?
Well, I'm going to try to tell you as best as I can.
Cookie cake.
This should be good.
Oh, yeah, by the way, happy birthday to Brandon.
Wait, always?
Always. We'll figure out a birthday at some point. Every episode.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Dirty 30 never felt so good.
Well, I was going to say, how old are you? But we skip right to the point. But back to the real subject. What is ATNP?
I don't know.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Go ahead, Will.
Yeah.
Let's
Give us
let's
the
hear it.
knowledge.
Start with A.
A? All right, A.
All.
We're trying to bring out the nerd community as best, as fast, as great as possible. We want everybody to open up to, being themselves and being a nerd. I mean, including myself, I've always, held back into, what I like to do. And until I found these group of guys here, I've never felt so happy to express myself and express being a nerd. And I feel that's what I want to do with this podcast is not only us four express ourselves, but, seeing you guys on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it may be, seeing us out in the real world, if that'll ever happen. We'll see ya.
Which that's something that's already happened too with Facebook. Like the way you guys have been interacting with us on our Facebook page already, with not having an episode out yet, has been fantastic. The conversations have been incredible, in depth. Like everybody's getting involved. We want more of that on all of our social media accounts.
Exactly. And that's what, we're looking for. And that's why, I wanted to start this podcast. And, I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited. And, soon we're going to talk about a little bit about ourselves, but I just want to make sure you guys are out there expressing yourselves.
Yeah, we love all the interaction on Facebook, guys. It's fantastic. I'm shocked. I'm surprised, whatever you want to call it. But it is it's awesome to see what you guys say. You want to go ahead and get into talking about what all of us like and
Yeah.
Tell us about
start.
yourself, Will.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah,
Will.
yeah.
Leader,
I guess,
fearless
yeah.
leader.
Yeah, fearless
do you
leader.
like?
Yeah. Just
What are
kidding.
you nerd about, nerd?
I just slapped my chest. That was nothing too personal.
Actually, it was Brandon slapping Will's chest.
yeah.
He likes that.
Yeah.
Anytime you meet Will, you see him come slap him in the chest.
Yeah.
He'll
Well,
get it.
That's a way to start something. I can't wait now. I'm literally going to get chopped. Like,
Come on, slap me.
literally.
Yes.
On Facebook. Let's go.
Well, yeah, I'll start off. So, yeah, I'm really big in board games. Other than board games, I'm a bigger person. As they're laughing at the reason why.
Paused at the. Reel it back in.
Oh, okay. Let's go back. All right, continue. My bad.
It's a gem. You gotta keep that when it's married.
Oh, yeah. All right, sorry guys.
I can't tell.
Oh god. No, I can't stop laughing. All right, let's get back on track.
I'm just going to make everybody laugh constantly.
All right, what do you like, Will? What do you like besides?
Are we? Other than being big
Yeah.
in the board games?
Board games.
All right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not just your typical Monopoly, Life, Sorry. It's more of the tabletop, and if you don't know a lot, feel free. Like I said, talk to us on social media. But I'm really big into worker placement Euro games. I would say probably my favorite game. I mean, Zach and I play it all the time. Twilight Imperium.
That's a good one.
Yeah, 4th edition. I can't wait to grow Jeremy and Brandon. We've played definitely some lighter intro games, but I really want to get them onto the dark side. But yeah, that's
The day we can kill Thanos and Thanos Rising is the day that I'm ready to move on to
sick of
something
him.
else.
that's true. And
It's
literally,
tough.
It is.
That's
and
tough.
literally, you're not the only person because I played that at Sin City Con
Yeah, I
last
saw-
week
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with Christina and Zach. Hi guys.
Hey.
But yeah, we kept losing. I mean, we played it 3 times and it was literally terrible. We could never, ever. I mean, we probably got 5 or 6 villains beat, and then he got the gauntlet. So, but yeah, really big into board games, RPGs. I play D&D. I mean, I got pretty much. I mean, I started playing with Zach. And then I have started to DM, and now I'm DMing Jeremy and Brandon in a game. Not really so much a campaign, but definitely.
It's more of a learning game, learning activity at this point. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's a campaign for sure.
Exactly. And, and we're having so much fun with it. And, yeah, pretty much that's me. That's what I like. I mean, of course, video games. Everybody loves video games. If you don't, you shouldn't be listening.
You should
But-
be. We'll
yeah,
talk about other
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Important
Please don't
episode
leave.
0 question. What's your favorite video game?
Ooh, good question. Any time frame?
Any time frame. Childhood, now,
All right. Well,
coming out.
Nothing coming out, but I know recently you were talking about N64 and Mario Kart, and it brings back a lot of memories. And they're actually remaking, so it kind of is coming out. That James Bond,
Oh, GoldenEye.
yeah, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so it's actually coming out. I think the 25th
20.
anniversary. 25th anniversary.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still like another year or 2
Yeah.
away or something. It's,
Don't fact
it's
check
gotta
us.
ways. It's gotta
Do
ways.
not fact check.
We're
us.
looking forward to it.
Please tweet at us.
There's already
Yes.
the story for this game is already in our Facebook page, so
Yeah, go look at it.
we can always repost it if you guys are interested.
If you ever want to play with that sharpened pencil AK-47,
Oh, yeah.
come at me, bro,
Hey.
or
I'll
sis.
pistol slap you.
I'm just gonna hide in a bathroom stall from you because I suck at that game and I always have.
Yeah. I know. I probably still know the hideaways. I probably could figure out where to go.
Come at you with the laser.
Oh God.
Bazooka. So laser. What
Yeah.
about the laser watch?
Oh
Shoots up
yeah,
the
the
li-
watch.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even you know when you get spam too is when you play with the golden gun and you have to shoot at them twice when you know it's supposed to be a one-shot kill,
Yep.
and then you start raging the whole entire time.
So many good memories
Yeah.
from that game.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much a basis for me. Zach.
All right. Well, I'm Zach. I've been friends with Will for a little year and a half, 2 years now.
Yeah.
Just about. Will's in one of my first D&D campaigns that I actually ran and wrote. I'm more big into WoW and obviously D&D. Into board games, mainly thanks to Will. He got me introduced to Twilight Imperium. Actually, play that a lot. He got me to go to Gen Con last year. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Great time.
So had a blast at that this past year. Other things I'm into: Game of Thrones, standard TV shows. I'm into Mr. Robot, video games as well, Halo. I think I mentioned World of Warcraft, StarCraft. I like Blizzard things. So if you're into Blizzard, tweet at me or send things on Facebook.
Hashtag Hearthstone. Anybody?
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the drama that would just happen with Blitzchung. Anyone that's out there listening,
What
tell us what you
happened,
think.
Zach?
What happened?
Yeah, I
You
don't
hear
know what
about that?
happened. No,
oh
no.
man. So a player over in Hong Kong, all the protests that are going on over there, he came on a live stream after he won a match, and he's protested, and Blizzard revoked his winnings, and then they fired the two casters that were interviewing him. They eventually gave him his winnings back, but he's still suspended for 6 months, and then they brought back the casters after a long debate. Everyone was really mad, but it's pretty interesting, pretty tense. So
So he won and then just used whatever opportunity he had to
Yeah.
protest.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a big discussion. Anyone that's into esports, it's definitely out there. All Epic's out there saying, post-game interviews, you can't, no political statements, just keep it about the game. So
Hashtag Fortnite freakout.
Black hole, man.
there, yeah, Black Hole,
God.
yeah.
Those reactions were probably the best thing on the
Oh,
internet
man.
for
I
the
literally
last week.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. I literally saw that kid punching directly the center of the TV.
And his mom's in the background laughing at him.
Yeah, literally, just freaking out over not one night of Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
man, unreal.
All right. Well, what about you, Brandon?
My big thing is since I was in diapers, I've always been into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's 6 different volumes of comics out since 1984. I have 90% of them, multiple versions of it, multiple printings, different covers. I own all the movies. I can almost recite the 1990 film and the sequel from 91 word for word. Played all the games.
Challenge him, I dare you.
My favorite video game is probably Turtles in Time, the original Turtles in Time, the arcade game, which I'm going to Walmart. I'm gonna pick up that arcade 1-up because it's 3/4 version of the actual arcade. It's an actual arcade stand with the four joysticks and the buttons, and it's got the Turtles in Time and one other game in it. But I've got Ninja Turtle tattoo. I'm getting my entire leg done in nothing but Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Obviously, I play video games. Halo and FIFA are my 2 big ones. I like old Sega games, Sonic, the old Crash Bandicoot games from PlayStation. Obviously, the MCU. I'm starting to get into the DC universe with thanks to Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman. We're not going to talk about all that other crap. I'm no offense to anybody whose mom's name is Martha, but that was the dumbest plot line in the history of cinema. On top of that, I watch wrestling. Huge wrestling fan. Wife makes fun of me all the time.
Me too.
Yeah. And,
His wife, not my wife.
yeah. Then I'm really into also soccer and hockey. For anybody who's into sports, I've been a season ticket holder for FC Cincinnati for 4 years now, paying on my 5th year now. I get up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning on weekends to watch English soccer. So I mean, I've got my foot in a little bit of everything, but like my thing is like anything comic related, especially Ninja Turtles, even a little bit of DC and everything else, Power Rangers, all that. Like that's my niche. Is anything like that. That's my thing.
Nice, dude. I know I've only known you for like 5 years, but you other friends of ours that I've grown to be friends with are inked up as well with the other turtles as well.
Yeah.
So-
That was like one of the cool things is like just one random night. Let's go get tattooed tomorrow.
Yeah,
We were all
yeah.
like, let's all go get a different Ninja Turtle. I was like, damn right, let's go.
Yeah. And I might break my tattoo virginity
Yeah,
to
dude. Same
pop
here,
my
Will.
tattoo
Same
cherry.
here.
Yeah,
You and I both,
Yeah,
man.
Jeremy too.
Yeah.
Us too. We're the last of the bunch, I guess.
Yeah,
to
well,
get it
Brad
done.
too,
Brad
my
too.
friend
Yeah, that's
Brad.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
You got any
Yeah.
tattoos?
I have no tattoos, man.
Oh.
Yeah, thinking about it. Maybe
You should
some
get a
Halo, maybe some
tattoo.
I got one or two.
Times 30. I don't know if you're
just a
at
big
60.
wow
are you at
tattoo.
60 yet?
I
you
would. I
count?
wasn't say
I
certain
don't know.
placement, but I
Everything's
figured
like
I would,
one piece.
That's true.
hold my tongue on that one.
I don't keep count.
Yeah, everything I have is like one piece. I've probably sat in like close to 40 sessions, but that doesn't really say much.
Yeah. We'll start at 40.
Yeah.
All right, important question then for the Ninja Turtles guy. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
I'm gonna need a lot of crap from this from people who are Turtle fans, but it's Leonardo, and my reasoning for that is, like I said, I've been a fan of the Turtles since I was in diapers. He was blue when I was little, so he's always been my favorite. But then as I grew up, like the Ninja Turtle face I have on my leg is Leonardo, and it's because out of all the Turtles, my personality is most like his. Like he's very meticulous, very straightforward. He has a goofy side, but he's also very much like the one that has who's like, we got to be on track. We got to do this. We got to do that. Like I get anxiety if I don't follow stuff and get stuff done before I do stuff like and have fun. So like, and that's just me. And so like that's why he's my favorite, is because I most identify with him personality wise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Yeah, and almost all the friends are literally the exact resemblance
Yeah.
of the certain
Yeah,
turtle
they
in
resemble,
real life.
yeah.
It's almost uncanny.
well,
how it
that's
is.
the way we decide. Like
Right.
that's kind of the way we decided how we were gonna do it. Like our buddy Kenny, he got Raph because he's kind of the hothead of the group, but he's also like the really fun-loving, good-natured guy who everybody can turn to, everybody can count on. Tyler's he's also like really goofy, kind of got that smart aleck attitude, but he's also incredibly smart and detail oriented. And then Josh is just a party animal goofball like Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it worked out. It was really cool. So
Awesome, man. That's always good to hear. And yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, you're talking like Casey Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm talking about being rock steady. Now, granted, that probably doesn't mean a lot in reality. I am a goofball, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll get there, man.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
What about you,
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Me?
Yeah, man. He's all on about his Ninja Turtles. You
Well,
quiet over there.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
with that pop collection of yours.
yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you leave that pop collection alone. You used to have one.
I mean, I kind of do. It's just
Still have
way
one?
smaller.
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
kind of
just
has a
kinda.
pop
Yeah,
collection.
Yeah, that's it.
everybody has some.
Well, I
type of
kind of
Funko.
have a problem with it.
that's fair.
Anyway, yeah. What's up, guys? So my big thing is definitely Star Wars, for sure. It's I probably got into Star Wars when I was like 10. I don't know. I can't remember. When did Episode 1 come out? I should probably know that. Like 1998, 99. One of those two.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Again, don't
That-
fact check us.
I think that was.
Yeah.
I want to say it was
Pretty sure.
99 because
Yeah.
Hashtag fact check.
that's one of the first movies I remember going to see in
Right.
theaters. I think
I
it was
just-
like 99.
I would sit in my dad's basement and watch it on VHS all the time. And ever since then, I was hooked.
Age is showing.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Anyway, but that's definitely my big one.
Still younger than us, Brandon.
That's true. Yeah, who's 30 today?
Yeah.
Who's been 30 for 9 months?
Oh,
Low blows.
Yeah,
Big
we're
30.
just dropping hammers.
We are.
F-Zero, let's drop bombs.
other than that, Star Wars will be saved for another day. But let's say it goes back to I was big into the N64 and video game life. Not so much the comic and that style of nerd, and until recently, but definitely as a kid I grew up playing N64, Super Nintendo, Nintendo. I was definitely big into all the Zelda games, Mario games, any of that. That was my life. That was all I did. Literally, I spent days, hours playing
Guitar
that.
Hero.
Oh, well, once we got into the Xbox generation, yeah. But I spent a lot of
System
time
Link.
playing. Ocarina of Time definitely was my favorite. Let's see, Mario Kart definitely my favorite.
Well, you've hosted parties
Yes.
at your house,
I have.
which is where we're at.
We're here right now.
Mario Kart
in this
yeah.
exact
Yeah.
spot.
Literally.
Mario Kart
dropping
tournaments.
$5
Yes.
trying to take the trophy. I mean,
Yeah, we know. I
Well,
mean,
you got like
well, it's
30
like 1,
people in
2,
this
3,
tournament.
4 over there right now.
Yeah.
See, I'm counting. Okay.
and Jeremy
We'll put a picture on Instagram.
Jeremy goes all out. I mean, literally, he tries to find the most like Mario-listic. I know that's not a word, but
Mario-listic?
Mario-listic trophy for whoever wins.
Yeah.
And
I've
it's
done my research.
yeah. I mean, there's a little cash prize, but
Yeah,
more
little.
of it's bragging rights.
It's
'cause-
fun.
Yeah, and some of those endings have been
Oh,
some.
epic.
Like that
Epic.
that very first one where Kenny fell off
Fell
the
off
top
the
of the
thing.
Rainbow
Rainbow
Road.
Road.
Rainbow Road. He knocked the guy in front of him
Yeah.
off of the road because he had to
And
finish
then-
in first, and the guy had to finish
Yes.
in eighth.
Yes, and he landed,
landed-
on the map. If he wouldn't have landed if he would have fell off and got respawned, he might have been okay. But the fact that he landed back
on the
on the
map.
map, on a different spot, and he
Kenny was
way
able to
behind.
win it.
It
That was
awesome.
the craziest
It was
I've ever
awesome.
Yeah.
ever seen people
Yeah.
get over a video
Yeah,
game.
I mean, you talk about how crazy like esports is. It was almost like an esports tournament.
People were screaming.
there
in this
was like
space.
30 grown men and women just in his living room.
It was nuts.
Literally, no joke.
But anyway, get back onto this. Let's say I got 2 kids, 2 girls. I have a fiance. We're gonna be getting married in 2021 February.
Nice.
I've been friends with Will and Brandon for quite a while. Brandon since about 7th or 8th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Junior high.
Basketball team. Did you see that picture that Carl and them posted the other day? Dude, I showed Kim and I was like, look at that. 8th grade. Little. Funny.
We're not going to talk
Yeah,
about
no.
that though.
Anyway, and then Will, I met you back in 2009,
about 5 years.
10, 2010, something
Well,
like that.
Oh,
We've been
that's right. You
friends.
got,
Yeah.
yeah, because you guys
So
didn't like each other.
We met back in
We're
2010 or
frenemies.
so, 9, and we we actually worked together, sorta. And he would always bring me extra work to do, per se, and I would just get mad because that's as a 19-year-old, I didn't like to work. And that's just how it was. I would
and
get
I
mad
was
when he'd bring me
20.
extra work.
Yeah, I was 20 and I didn't care. Whatever my boss told me, I
Yeah.
do. But yeah, I saw that Justin Bieber look you
Uh-huh.
had.
Oh
bro.
yeah. Well, we all had one of those days,
The
right?
emo swoop.
Swooping in your bobcat, Joke's on you.
But yeah. But anyway, we all did it. We did our separate things and we moved on, and and then our work again brought us back together.
Yeah.
So I guess that's enough about me. We'll get into that. We got plenty more episodes to go to talk about ourselves. But let's. You want to try this beer tasting thing that you're talking about?
Yeah. Before that, hint, spoilers.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to say, kind of like what I said before about growing this podcast, growing the community, is that just because really trying to grow more as a person through all of you guys. I've never watched anime much. I mean, a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, and I've been so interested in the aspect of anime, but really don't know where to dive into. And I know some of you guys on Facebook were, really into it, and maybe that might be something myself or Zach, Jeremy, or Brandon would be something interested. We want to grow, not just in ourselves, but with everybody. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I've got my foot into already, but that I don't really know a whole lot about. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I've been playing board games with you.
I knew nothing about tabletop gaming before I met you, so like that's something I want to learn more about. And if if you guys are into something, post it on our Facebook or any of our social media places. We'll check it out. We want to learn anything and everything we can. Or if it's not for us, it's not for us. But we want to know what you're into. We want to check it out because we want to, like he said, we want to build on what we already know and what we're into. Because we're all into different things, but we're all one community. So,
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
so I guess that about
Yeah,
covers what
yeah.
we're gonna do for this. And
Yeah, I mean, episode 0. I mean, not long, not too sweet, not too short. Hopefully, you get to know a little bit about us, and Halloween's coming up, so feel free to share on our Instagram, and we'll post it through our Facebook. Pretty much what we mainly use, but we'll post everything. All our what are they called?
social media accounts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
your host, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. But
This is why we picked him, guys
Yeah.
Yeah.
and girls.
right, yeah, show you all up. No, I'm just kidding. but yeah, post costumes, anything coming up before our next episode, which I think you'll be really excited. We'll dive deeper into what is nerd, what how do you see nerd, and you can like I said, we'll get more into that, and then until then,
We'll see you guys here soon. About I think about
Yeah.
2 weeks from when you guys hear this finally. About
Yeah,
2
should
weeks.
be every 2
You'll hear
weeks,
us
I
in 2
guess,
weeks.
right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Well, guys,
Yeah.
have a great Halloween. Be
Yeah.
safe.
Happy
Have
Halloween.
fun.
Happy
Be
Halloween.
safe. Check your candy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check your candy.
If you don't like Tootsie Rolls, shoot me a DM. I'll give you my address.
All right, nerd out.
Nerd out.
Nerd out.
Later, guys.